Welcome to Balanced Body and Beyond. Are you in a little bit of a time crunch? Do you feel like you just need to shake off the cobwebs? So today we have a short but sweet practice that we are going to get into all those tight, restricted areas and leave you feeling refreshed and ready to continue on with whatever you have in store for you. So join me on your mat, and we're going to start in a standing position and just get right to business. We'll set our feet just a little wider than your hips and your arms alongside your body. We're going to start by just rolling the shoulders and integrate in some nasal breathing here. Inhale, exhale. So before we get started with our full body movements, just want you to relax, calm your central nervous system, and get focused. Change directions of those circles, but let's try doing that with our fingertips on our shoulders and leading with our elbows. A little bit more awareness to the shoulder circle and your breath. We're going to make this a little bit bigger, bringing our arms alongside our body, alternating arm circles, turning your head, looking back behind you. So we've incorporated a squat here. Bending at the knees, bending at the hips, turning our heads, loosening through our necks. Big breaths in, exhale out. And then reset with our arms alongside our body. We're just going to push our arms forward and then inhale, lift. Push forward, inhale, lift. Now, as you're bending your knees, just watch that your knees are tracking your toes and they're not buckling in. How about overhead reach this time? All the way up. Now, your range may look different than mine, and that's okay. You do you. And settle in. Try one more. Excellent. Take your feet wide. As wide as they can go. And we're going to do some lateral lunging here, side to side. Start getting into your inner thighs. Yeah. And then we'll add a reach. Cross. Getting some rotation now through our spine. Getting some twisting in. Gradually layering in one move at a time. In our short amount of time together, we are going to tap into every muscle group. How about we take this stretch overhead? Still moving side to side. Pressing our feet firmly into the mat, lifting through our heart, drawing our bellies in. Getting a little warmer. And now we're going to reach down towards our toes. Hands can come to hips after every repetition. Maybe you reach a little farther back behind you towards the heel of your foot. Clearing the cobwebs from the body, but maybe also the cobwebs from your head. Hold back in the center. Let's toe heel our feet back together. Inhale, lift. We're going to forward fold down. From here, we're going to take a handful of breaths in and out. Relax through your facial muscles. Feel your breath. And listen to your breath. Slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Both arms come overhead, palms together, pointer fingers to the ceiling, taking a side bend, shifting your gaze slightly under your arm, center, and switch. Center. We're gonna hinge, but reach our fingertips towards the heel of our feet. So turning, looking back behind you. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, moving with our breath. Arms overhead, stepping our feet a little wider. We're gonna make a big circle. And as we rise, we're gonna lift our heels up. Inhale, add a heel lift. Make yourself as big as possible. Spread your toes. Your heels don't have to come super high, just enough to balance on the ball of your foot. And let's change directions. Inhaling, exhaling. Relax your shoulders. Very nice. One more. Hold your arms up. And resting down, back to our wider stance once again. Arms are going to go wide. And we're going to reach for the inside of our foot, twisting. Inhale, lift, unhinge from your hip. And we'll try that then on the other side. So stay in that fold long enough that you do indeed feel the stretch. Got some dynamic movement here for sure. And lifting back up, inhaling, arms come overhead. And then we're going to take a little tricep stretch, cradling your fingertips over your elbow, take a bend. Arms up and switch. Arms come alongside the body. Now our feet are going to stay wide and we're just going to turn ourselves. So we set up for our lunge, and with our feet already wide, our feet should be in a pretty good distance apart from one another to set up for our lunge. And in our lunge, our back heel is up, all our toes are forward. We're gonna take our arms overhead as we bend both knees. Now, some of you may have tender knees and your range is gonna be smaller than mine, or maybe you're just bending your front knee. But during this lunge, we're seeking a stretch in the front of the back leg. Let's come down and hold. Can you stay here? Maybe both knees bent, maybe just the front. And wherever you're at, we're gonna twist and look over our left shoulder. Ooh, balance. Arms come back overhead. Lift up. Now pivot your back foot, and we're in warrior one as we bend our front knee. Back foot flat, front knee bent. Strong. Making a big circle now, hinging from the hips. One big circle, hold. Change directions. And then hold. Change directions. And change directions. Let's stay in this warrior one. Straighten your front leg, and we're going to spin ourselves just around. Feet stay the same distance apart. Back heel picks up. We're going to return to our lunge, arms overhead, and then come back up. So this is a perfect routine. Maybe you do during your lunch hour. because you need to get a little fitness in. Maybe when you wake up in the morning to charge your day. Or maybe you just have a break somewhere along the line and you got a little time to squeeze in some fitness. Take advantage of the time. Here we go. Next lunge we hold. And then we're going to twist. Take both hands to your hip. Look over your shoulder. Arms come overhead. Stand tall and plant your back foot firmly down now. Bend your knee as we come into warrior one. We'll make those big arm circles, hinging from your hips, creasing from your hips. After one circle, we change directions. We don't have too many of these, so they will be quality movement, not quantity. Hold here. Straighten your front leg. And now we're going to reset into our wide-legged stance. But this time, turn your heels inward and your toes out. So we're going to be in a low plie squat in which we're opening our hips and we'll do a side bend. Now, during this stretch routine, you haven't had much rest, have you? No. But we're going to come down onto the mat in just a moment, get a little bit of rest, a little bit more stretch. One more on each side, legs engaged, cores engaged. Both arms up, straightening your legs. Turn your toes forward and let's come down to our mat for child's pose. You pick your positioning for your legs in child's pose as far as your knee placement. You can have wide knees to open your hips or draw your knees closer together and take your child's pose. Forehead can sink heavily onto the mat. Connect with your breath. Spread your fingers wide. Take in all that goodness of this child's pose. Glide your body weight forward into a tabletop position. Cat-cow, round the back, look to your toes. Inhale, open your heart, lift your gaze. Charge this movement with your breath. Let's come into a neutral spine. Send your left leg off to the side. And with your left leg off to the side, take your left hand to the side of your face, and we are going to lift our elbow to the ceiling and bring that elbow to the inside of the right arm. Lifting and twisting, getting a little more rotation in. Bringing both hands to the mat. Let's push our hips back. Feel that inner thigh stretch. Maybe walk your hands closer to the straight leg. Yeah, that feels so nice. Walk your palms to the center of the mat, and then let's try this on the other half of the body, extending our right leg. Sole your foot flat. Right hand at the side of your face. My fingers are at the temple. Inhale, lift. Exhale, come down. Again, we're not going to do too many of these, so we'll make this quality movement, full range movement. Movement with a purpose. Are we starting to clear away those cobwebs? Feeling a little more energized? We'll bring both palms to the mat and then push your hips back a little bit, walking your hands towards the foot of the straight leg and deepening your stretch. Bring your hands to the mat and let's have a seat, swinging our legs in front of us. Staff pose. Taking a twist, look over your right shoulder and then your left, and then we'll just go side to side. Gentle twist, side to side. Slow enough that you have time to look behind you. Let's look towards our toes. Pull your foot to the inside of your leg. Inhale, lift up. And forward fold with your toes pointing to the ceiling. Drop your chin in towards your chest. Rolling up slowly. Let's take our foot now and swing it behind us. Have the knees side by side and lean back. You might lift your heart, look towards the sky, perhaps drop your forearms down. You might even lean all the way flat on your back. But if you do that, your bent knee needs to remain in contact with the mat to maintain the stretch. Sit on up. And then let's do a little hip opener here. We're going to cross our ankle onto our thigh, sitting tall and leaning forward. So with the elevation of that foot up on the thigh and even coming a little farther across the thigh, this is going to give the hip a bigger opening position to get into a deeper stretch. Okay, switching sides, sole of your foot comes to the inner thigh. You might pull the fleshy part of your butt out from underneath you. Inhale, and forward fold. Relax into this forward fold. You know, there's no magical one stretch that will fix us, that will make us feel 10 years younger. But the repetition, the consistency, go ahead and turn your foot back behind you. The persistency of staying on track, that's what's going to make the difference. And that does mean a time investment, but it is well worth it. Come on up. And now let's cross that foot over our thigh. It's going to be different for everyone. So first we just allow the knee to come down and relax. And I'm looking at my leg just thinking, boy, this leg comes down so much more than the other leg. We're not symmetrical. One side tends to be more restricted than the other. You can lean forward. I don't think I could do that on the other side very comfortably. But take advantage of what you can do. And then lifting up. Take your feet on the outer edge of the mat. Your hands can rest behind you. And we're going to go side to side with the hips. If this works for you, try elevating your hips. What do you think? But back to that time thing, one of my most favorite sayings that has stuck with me for so many years: make time for wellness now, or you will be forced to make time for sickness later. I'm going to choose to make time for wellness now. And hips come down. Let's cross our legs. Finish with a little neck stretch. You can take your arm behind you and then drop your ear towards your shoulder. You might lift your chin up off your chest. You might tuck it in. Slowly bring that head up, and then we'll switch. Arm behind you, ear drops to shoulder. And you can move that head a little bit, chin down, chin up. Shut your eyes, relax. Realign your head with your spine. Inhale. Breathing in all that's good, nourishing and healing, making the very best of our time today. Namaste, my friends. Please hit subscribe. Join me for more videos. And always, as always, comment below. Let me know what you would like to see more of. Thank you.